Hi guys, Happy Autism here. How are you all? Hope you're doing well. I've had a lot of messages and requests regarding my P.E.C.S video. For some reason, all I can hear, and all most people can hear, is static on the video. And I've had requests, could I please do it again? It has got quite a few views, so I thought, save people missing information, I'd do it again. I can't remember exactly what I said on that video, but I have still got all the things as we're still using them. So I'm more than happy to try again, and hopefully you'll be able to hear this one. As now as well, time has passed, that's just all my stuff falling on the floor. As time has passed now, I've actually got more experience with it. Okay, so starting with what is P.E.C.S. P.E.C.S is Picture Exchange Communication System, and it's basically children. I'm more experienced with children on the autistic spectrum, though it can be children with any communication difficulties, social difficulties, interaction difficulties, learning difficulties, any of those kind of things. A way for them to communicate. Now, it is non-verbal primarily. However, it doesn't mean that if your child uses this, they will never learn to talk. This isn't a replacement of speech. This is a tool to aid speech and communication. Okay, so basically you'll get a folder or something similar. Some people only use these little sheets. Some people don't use those at all. This is for a sentence strip, which children who are older use. So we won't use that at the moment. Children seem to start off with just this, then they gradually use more things. P.E.C.S themselves are very small cards. They're generally this kind of size. I think it's like 2 inches by 2 inches, something like that. I'm not very good with my measurements. And as you can see here, there are representatives of different things that the children might need in their everyday life. So here we've got juice, sandwiches, Thomas, crisps, computer, books, work and juice. The work one I will explain a bit later. That one isn't actually needed at the moment. The reason that there's a lot of food there is because food is a good thing to start using training with P.E.C.S. Most children will have a favourite food. Also, I will just apologise for my hands. Well, I've just noticed I have had an ink leak. I haven't not washed my hands, but it's stained my hand. Sorry, to go off the point. Yes, so food is a great motivator for most children. They'll have a favourite food, or at least something they will eat. If your child doesn't eat well, the best thing to use is a favourite toy or perhaps video, but it is harder than food. The best one to use, in my opinion, is crisps, because you get many crisps in one pack and you get many attempts as you're trying. So what would happen is, we'll use crisps for an example. You'll put the crisp peck on the board, and it takes 2 people initially when you're doing the training to get the child to ask for crisps using the P.E.C.S card. So there would be one person who's behind the child to help guide their hand, and then there'd be another that would receive the card. And I did this training with my speech therapist, not my speech therapist, my son's speech therapist. So I was the person guiding the hand and she was the person receiving the card. So you would guide your child's hand to the crisp. They would give you the card, you would say, crisps, and then give the child a crisp. So what they're actually learning is that by giving a representation of a word or a gesture or an object, they will give you that and then get the actual object in return. So, as I said, you could use a book, a favourite toy. The only problem is with that, of course, with obsessions, if it's a favourite toy and you then want to take it away and do it again, that could cause a lot of problems. But with crisps, you take it back, you've got plenty more in the packet. It does work with juice as well. If they want more juice, they would just give you the juice card, and then they could say, and then they would give it you, and you say more juice, and then give them the juice. You always give a verbal response. You don't just ever just take it and then give them the thing, because that's not what this is about. This is to teach, as I said, social interaction and verbal skills. If your child isn't non-verbal, this way is perfectly fine. My eldest child is mostly non-verbal. He uses these, and he also uses signing, which is another video that I have up on here. I will say though, if you are going to be using these cards and you're going to be training with your child, don't have something like chocolate if you know you're not going to give the child chocolate. Because if they were to go through this book independently, choose a chocolate card and give you the card, especially in the first, few months of training, and it's chocolate, and say, they're about to have dinner and you don't want them to have the chocolate card, you can't then say no chocolate, because they've done what you've asked them to do, and it's important that you're consistent with this. This isn't something you can do every now and then. This is something you would do daily. So at the moment, those were the training things that we were using, but now we use things like computer. They both love to go on the computer, or book. They both love a story. It's a very good focuser as well. Children can sit. My children have a workstation in here. If you look down there, they have a desk to sit at, and it's something that focuses the mind, and it's very useful in getting your children to concentrate, sit down, these kind of things that you would like your children to do that they may not possibly be able to do at the moment. With the sentence strip, a child would look through a book, perhaps they're wanting their lunch, for example, and they want juice, crisps and sandwiches. Now there are other link words that you can have, like I want. Now this isn't about manners, although manners are very useful and very nice. This is primarily about communication. So if you've got a child that isn't verbal at all, if they can put on here, I want crisp sandwich juice. Well, yes, it would be nice if they could say please, but one step at a time. So your child would put perhaps, crisp sandwich. Perhaps you would have different flavours of crisps, different flavours of juice eventually. And they put them on there. And then that's a sentence. It's a non-verbal sentence, but it's a sentence all the same. I can't rate P.E.C.S highly enough, I think so long as it's a tool that works for you and for your children, that's the main thing. Yes, it might look a bit bizarre to those that are first starting off, but that's what support are there for. And if you have a speech therapist, make sure that you're not afraid to ask your speech therapist different questions, and why does that work? Why doesn't it work with just speech? She's there or he's there to answer those questions. It does sound very difficult, I know, if you're coming to this new, but also it can be fun. It really can. We've got a game we play here. Let me just find it. Called 5 Fat Sausages. It's usually 10, but we use 5 because their attention span isn't very good. I have printed off a frying pan from the internet. I will link pages for you if you want that. And 5 sausages. You put that on the table, put the sausages on, and the song 5 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. And as one goes pop, one goes bang, you take them out. And it's a very visual, very interactive toy. Again, it encourages counting, it encourages verbalisation, it encourages social aspect, it encourages interaction, tactileness. Although yes, this is smooth, you could change the textures of the sausages if you wanted to. You could even make them out of Play-Doh and use an actual frying pan. But for my children, this is what works. I really hope this has helped those people that have asked me, could I please redo the video. And again, if anybody wants any more advice or any more videos, please don't be afraid to ask. Also, there are many other good people on YouTube that do excellent autism videos. I may have spoke quite fast, but there was quite a lot of information in this video that I wanted to get out. So hope you're all well. Thank you very much for watching, and again, thank you for all your comments and subscriptions.